Are you having doubts on your twin flame journey? This is normal. I know it's a really hard journey, okay? It's crazy. Every day feels like you're losing your mind a little bit, right? And part of that is doubting that it's even real in the first place, doubting your sanity. If this is happening to you, you're not alone. I have some tips and hacks to try to ground yourself and remember that you're not crazy. And I also want to say a few other things about having doubts on this journey. So, first of all, I still have doubts on the twin flame journey, not as often as I did a few years ago, but I am a twin flame coach now. This is my work. I've written books about twin flames, but I make no secret of it, even in my books, that I still have doubts. If you didn't have doubts on this journey, then you would be crazy because it is such an unusual experience that anybody who thinks it's just normal and has totally accepted it and doesn't doubt it every once in a while is a little bit delusional, okay? Doubts are what tell you that this is a significant, meaningful spiritual experience. And remember, you're lucky to be going through this. So the doubts tell you that you're not crazy, actually. Even though the doubt is whether you're sane, it actually means that you are. Because if you didn't have them, if you didn't have moments where you questioned everything that's going on, then you really would be insane. So you're okay. Trust me, you're not crazy. Uh, every now and then, I have this feeling like I just made it all up. I wanted it to be true. Sometimes I didn't want it to be true, but I wonder if I am just making it up because I'm some kind of spiritual narcissist. This still happens to me sometimes. So if this is happening to you on a regular basis, it's normal. It's just a normal part of the twin flame journey. And the tips and tricks I have for you to ground yourself, well, one of them is that you have to remember the things that have happened that are undeniable, unquestionable occurrences on this journey that make you know for sure that this is a twin flame, or at least that it is real, okay? So there could be moments where the universe sent you an animal. Like first, when I first met my twin flame, I was meditating that day, I think, when I first met him, and a frog jumped into my lap, a tree frog. That is not normal. That's not a normal thing to have happen in anyone's life, especially mine. I saw what I still think is a UFO, and that I also doubt. At the time I was looking at it, I remember saying to myself, Emily, this is real, and you're going to think that you didn't see this. You're going to doubt it. You have to remember you're really looking at this right now. Anyway, so different things like that, and synchronicities, signs from the universe, just the craziest license plates I've seen at the moment when I needed to see them, and things that he said to me, things that happened to me during meditation. All of these things help me remember that this really is happening. It is real. I'm not crazy. I have written a lot of these down in a journal. I recommend doing that so that you can refer back to that page, like a one pager, or even on your phone as notes, to refer back and see what really happened, and you can't deny some of the things that have happened. Another way to ground yourself or to remind yourself you're not crazy is to ask the universe for signs. Is this real? Am I just delusional? You can ask for a sign, or just be more open to signs. Some people, when they see repeated numbers like 222 everywhere, they still doubt it. They still go on kind of like spiraling, wondering if they're losing their minds. At that point, if you're seeing the same number everywhere, it's like the universe smacking you in the face saying, yeah, you need to wake up now. This is real. So go on to the next step of the journey. Don't get hung up in this doubt phase because it's not productive. A lot of my clients really like me and my writing because I have a philosophy background. I have a master's in philosophy, which helps me critically analyze every spiritual topic and concept I've come across. And when I first heard about twin flames before I met mine, I thought it was insane. I really just thought that can't be real. And I used my logic to figure it out. But because I was such a skeptic before I met my twin flame, I know that I wouldn't just fall for something just because I want it to be true. I am very analytical. I like to go to the origin of concepts. I like to think it through carefully before I start preaching it to someone else. And it has given me the critical thinking skills that one needs on a really wild spiritual journey. None of this is for the faint of heart. It's for people who are smart. My clients are smart people. They're established in their careers. They are not people who just fall for stupid concepts just because they're lonely or they don't have anything better going on in their lives. I know it seems that way from the internet and from the concept of twin flames, that the only people who probably engage in this and believe in it are very woo-woo, desperate people, but it's not true. So as a smart person, which you are, having doubts on this journey means that you're not crazy. It means you're smart and that you like to think things through repeatedly sometimes, which may not be healthy at a certain point, but you like to think things through logically. You like to have a reason. And so I'm telling you, make sure you have those reasons for those moments when you start to spiral in doubt. Have them written down, have them ready. And develop, most importantly, develop a relationship with the divine, with the universe of trust. Trust in your own intuition. Without that, it's like you're untethered and you're just flailing in the wind in doubt. You just can't ground yourself in what's truly going on. So what you really need to work on when you are battling doubt is this intuition that you can trust yourself and what you know to be true within. So I'm Emily, and if you'd like to set up a session with me, my website is wellnessoneness.com, and I offer talk sessions, readings, and you can also buy one of my books. You can see them through my website, also the link in my bio. My first book was called Twin Flames and the Love Story Within, and my second one was Twin Flame Transcendence. So let me know what you think.